Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to Player's Choice Flex. My name is Jason Wobschall. We've been running this show for, what is this, the fourth episode now, I think. So we're trucking along, trying to make it fun. We thought we'd take a little bit of change in direction this show for a special edition of Young Guns. We're on the eve, the Young Guns Eve, almost like Christmas Eve to a lot of us. Upper Deck Series 1 comes out tomorrow. The much anticipated Alexis Lafreniere rookie's going to be in it. So card number 201. We're looking really forward to that. So I thought we'd do a flashback and show some of the different Young Guns we have. Some I don't have in stock. We've got some pictures and stuff to show you what you're looking for, some of the better ones. I don't know what Young Guns and what Upper Deck means to everybody else is a little different maybe. But to some of us, to me, I'm 40 years old. It came out right when I was 10 years old, this was the card to have. Like there was Pro Set and Parkhurst. And Upper Deck Series 1 was, they had made the first set in baseball the year before, and the hockey set came out in 1991. And it really, I guess, every time I look at those cards and see those cards, I just think of hockey, and it brings back so many memories. So I guess it's kind of funny. I thought I'd start. So this is the first set. I mean, they probably at one point were my most prized possession in my collection. There's a Pavel Bure rookie card. That's the first his Young Gun rookie card. I'll try to be putting these on here so there's not some light or flash for you. Sorry if there is. So there's Pavel Bure in this set, Sergei Fedorov, Yager, Sundin, Curtis Joseph. The Fedorov and Bure actually have the Young Guns tag on them, which you'll notice there's the Pavel Bure card there. Pretty cool. And then there's the Sergei Fedorov. They've got the Young Guns rookie emblem on them. But that only really stuck around for the first couple of years, like 91 to 92, 93. They stuck with some of the Young Guns, even some of the key rookie cards, such as Yager. Look, it's just got the number 1 draft. It doesn't have, or first round draft pick, it doesn't have like the Young Gun. It didn't mean much back then. It was just the way it kind of started. So it was really until like 1999, 2000, they got their act together and decided, okay, we're going to do an Upper Deck Young Guns rookie across the brand. I'm going to show you through a few other years from the 90s here that I've got kicking around just to show you what I mean. Here's 91, 92. So here's Nicholas Lindstrom rookie card. You can see nowadays a player has to play an NHL game to get a rookie card, to get an Upper Deck rookie card. But with the actually, I just noticed that Solani, there's a Solani rookie card. If you look up in the top right corner, that's actually the French version. So they ran a French set for a few years as well, different variations. Back in the day, they used to be, they were quite sought after and everybody liked it, especially the 90-91 French cards. And then now I actually know they're doing a French parallel this year in the 2021 Upper Deck. So kind of neat to see things come full circle. But so nowadays a player has to play a game in the NHL to get a rookie card. Back then, Solani and Lindstrom, Yager, all those guys, obviously they hadn't. If we skip to 02, 03, here's Marcus Naslund in his Swedish uniform. There's a rookie card. There's Paul Kariya and Team Canada. So these are all cards that they hadn't actually even played an NHL game in. They just had to deal with the World Juniors. So it is kind of interesting. These are all relatively easy to obtain. In the 90s, there was just too much product made, and unfortunately, they don't hold a lot of value. I'm seeing some actually PSA, high-grade PSA and Beckett's now are selling for surprisingly amount of money considering how many there are out there. If you look at a couple of good ones in 06, 07, 2000 or 1996, 97, Patrick Marleau rookie card. Looking young there. If you think he looks young, look how young Joe Thornton looks. He, without the big beard and the old, he's heading to Toronto this year, and some of his teammates are only that young, so it'll be interesting to see. So again, that's at 6, 7. Some of the years were really quite weak rookie-wise, and it didn't have the same appeal and the same set value that Upper Deck Series 1 and Series 2 have today. So for some of the collectors nowadays, they just always assume, oh, the rookie cards were 6 per box and this is the way it is. Back then, the rookie cards weren't really short printed and they weren't set odds, and it was just kind of, you got what you got, and if it happened to be a rookie card, it was pretty awesome. If you jump to 0102, here's a young gun which you guys would recognize today. Here's a Pavel Datsyuk young gun. So there's an 0102 young gun. Pretty hard set to obtain once they started getting back there and getting like Ilya Kovalchuk rookies in that set. And the interesting part about that year is if you actually, there's two photos for each card. There's a retail young gun and a hobby young gun. That's the last year they did that too, because it just became too much of a problem for collectors. 0203 is probably the set that I see mostly on our customers want lists. 0203 is just a really, really hard set to do because the key part, the rookies after 225 in the first set weren't set at that 1/4 packs that you guys are so used to today. They're actually about 1 per case back then. So the Nash and the Zetterberg, I think Katie's going to throw up a picture of a Nash and a Zetterberg there. I don't have them in stock right now. Those are what the highly sought after rookie. If you actually have a look here too, here's a Hemsky rookie card. This is a short print one. See how it's got no logo in the top right-hand corner there? It's just the empty puck. The ones without the pucks like that, with the blank pucks, are numbered over 225, and they're quite they're a lot harder to get, say, than like the regular young gun. So 0203, if you come across that, you'll usually find set collectors that are missing some of those cards that are just super hard to find. Jump forward a few years, and it's arguably my favorite young gun set, 2005-06. It's the year we started the store. Alexander Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby rookie cards. So you got it. Those two guys. Here's a 9.5 Ovechkin and a PSA 10 Crosby. The values on these things have just been going up and up and up. This is a nice card of the Ovechkin there. It's got the 210 subgrades for centering and surface along with the 295. So it's a really nice, clean card. Again, in 05-06, you could have had this card for about $50, $60. Even the year before he won the cup, you could buy the OVs for about $80 to $100. And now this card would be well over $1,000, probably in that $1,500 range, $1,400 range in a 9.5. And again, Sidney Crosby, arguably the best young gun of them all for now. Anyways, we'll see what Lafreniere does and what McDavid does. But there's the Sidney Crosby card, number 201. Again, that card in 05-06 wasn't horribly hard to find. It was relatively easy. I know people say that about McDavid and stuff nowadays. Just give it time. Series 1 and Series 2 and the Upper Deck Young Guns are the most desirable rookies on the market because everybody's able to afford them and buy them when they come out, and they're relatively easy to get. So it's just, supply and demand over all the years, and it builds up all the interest on it. But again, that 201 card, especially with everybody grading now between PSA and Beckett, the super high-end grade cards, the values just keep going up and up, and they're always a solid investment. And I really recommend everybody would have a Crosby or Ovechkin in their collection. I mean, Crosby's obviously, well, they're both Hall of Famers, but Crosby's an obviously first ballot Hall of Famer, and Ovechkin has a chance to catch Gretzky's goal scoring record. So there's a couple things to chase for sure. 2006-07, the year after, was Malkin rookie. The guy we like around here played with the Kelowna Rockets. So there's Shea Weber rookie card. There's the Shea Weber Upper Deck Young Guns. He was with Nashville at the time. I mean, he was traded for PK there a few years after. But if you look at that one, so there's the regular Young Gun version. And I've actually got the exclusive Young Gun version here as well. So see how it's got UD exclusives around his knees there? And it's got a little more shinier of the foil. I can put them up like that. So you see, if you can see the difference there, the foil and the exclusives. This exclusives card's going to be numbered out of 100. See the top right there, number 96 out of 100, and the other one's not numbered. So there is exclusives and HD glossies, different versions. There's out of 100, and there's also versions out of 10. The out of 10 is extremely hard to find, and the out of 100 maybe a little bit more advanced collectors and some of the deeper pocket people that want to put, they want something just a little rarer than a Young Gun. The exclusive and the glossies have been like a good challenge for them, and that's what makes Upper Deck Series 1 and Series 2 such a easy collectible product. It's a product we always have on the shelf, and we recommend it to everybody. So that was 6-7. Here's 8-9. Katie's got a picture of the Stamkos rookie there. He just won another Stanley Cup. Stamkos rookies is a solid card. We've also got Drew Doughty in that set. Here's a card, a live card to show you what they look like there. There's Drew Doughty, one of the best defensemen in the league. Unfortunately, the defensemen just don't have the value or the following that a lot of the forwards that have, right, or they're looking for. I would think if you go to like this, once you go to the 7, I missed 7-8. That's 8-9. Sorry, 7-8. Backtrack. That I don't got them here. Katie's probably going to pop up pictures of Kane, Taves, and Price. So probably one of the best rookie years in a long time. You think of Patrick Kane and Taves ripping up for the Chicago Blackhawks with their Stanley Cups for years. And Carey we see around here quite often in Kelowna. Nice guy and a staple of, there's a picture there probably. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But a staple on the crease and behind the crease for the Habs for a long time. So 7-8's a really solid year. I don't even have any of those in hand. Those cards always sell fast. Again, the Taves, Kane, and Price. Ungraded copies aren't setting you back a ton right now, so they're super solid investment in the market. If you want to jump to an interesting card, here is the 9-10. Did we do it? Yeah, we did 8-9. I'm mixing myself up. Here's 9-10. Here's what they're doing with this called the buyback. So that's what the John Tavares rookie card looks like. So there's what the Tavares rookie looks like buyback. But if you look at this one, which makes it interesting, Beckett actually screwed up the label and said it's a Connor McDavid on the label. So we actually decided to keep this one. It's just a rare error from Beckett. I don't know if you can read that there or not, but it's they've got that it's a Connor McDavid card on there. So even Beckett screws up their grading once in a while. But that's what the Tavares looks like. That's a gold autograph, and that one's numbered out of 25. Obviously, they weren't numbered like that out of the packs, but what they do and when they're building these products is they go back, they inquire young guns because so many people collect them over the years. They'll get them signed by the players now and reinsert them into the pack. So there's lots of different versions of them that you'll find over the years. We are on to 10-11. 10-11, Taylor Hall and Tyler Seguin. These two guys were all the conversation back then, the 1 and 2 draft picks. Some worked out, some not. Neither are playing for their original teams anymore. Hall was drafted by Calgary. Then he's moved around the league a little bit. He got traded, of course, and he's having a good career. He was scoring a ton of goals when he was with New Jersey. Seguin, a little different career path. Got a little bit of trouble with Boston. Got traded to Dallas. They've been close in the Stanley Cup a couple times. They haven't been able to pull it off. Him and Jimmy Benn playing together. But Seguin's in the Series 2, which quite often a lot of rookies, the number 1 draft picks in the series first set and the number 2 draft picks in the second set. It's kind of the way it's been for years and years. Sometimes some of the years are super hard to find the Series 2 rookie. We're going to talk about 14-15 in a second. 11-12. We got 11-12. Here's the number 1 draft pick overall that year, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Surprise, surprise. The Oilers got a number 1 draft pick. Nugent-Hopkins, there he goes there. That was a pretty popular card. Again, everybody was banging down the doors that year wanting to get that card when it came out. I mean, obviously interest in him's waned a little bit, but there's still a lot of followers and a lot of collectors and a lot of Edmonton fans. Some of the guys that you don't expect those years, here's a Scheifele rookie. Would have been a pretty easy card, obtainable card in those years. Now, okay, it just keeps going up and up. So that's the best thing about Young Guns is they don't really miss too many rookies. Sometimes they're in there. Sometimes there's the commons in the set. I can't tell you how many times we've gone back through boxes of stock and dug out rookies that have been sitting there that at the time might have had no value or no interest, and then now they're quite desirable. So I often tell people to keep all their extra Young Guns. You never know who's going to pan out and who's going to be, better than what they were. Katie, if you want to show 13-14, Nathan McKinnon rookie card, pop up a Nathan McKinnon rookie card there. I'm completely sold out of this guy. That card, it was $60, and then it jumped to $150, and everybody was buying it, and then it didn't sell, and then it was back down to $60, $70, and now PSA 10 copies are in that $800 to $1,000 on that card. So it's amazing. I can't tell you how many of those we've had. One of the best players in the league. Colorado's got a good chance at the Cup someday. If you can find a Nathan MacKinnon raw and you don't want to spend the same money you're seeing graded, that's a good copy. Just make sure it's in good shape. Or just spend the money and buy like a 9.5 or a 10, and you're not going to regret it with MacKinnon. Here's the live card of Tarasenko. Here's the Vladimir Tarasenko rookies also in that set. There's a lot of good rookies in that set. I wanted to show you this Tarasenko because so here's the regular Tarasenko, and they have what's also called a Young Guns canvas. So it's like a parallel of the card. This is a buyback one, so don't look at the auto and the numbered out of 10 there. But they would have the Young Guns canvases as well. So like when Lafreniere comes out tomorrow, he's going to have his regular Upper Deck rookie card, and then he'll have a canvas version of that. They usually save it for if you're in Series 1, then your canvas is going to be in Series 2. But they've done it a little differently this year. So that just shows you the difference again on a regular card and a canvas card. Jumping along to 14-15. Again, one of those years we're sold out. We've got a bunch out for grading right now. I think Katie's got Draisaitl and Horvat and Gaudreau up there. Pastrnak. Series 2 turned into a monster that year. Really tough to find. Hard to find any sealed boxes at all. But it's a really solid year. All those guys have turned into absolute beasts in the league. And that 14-15 set is a really hard set to find anything solid. I mean, look at what Draisaitl's doing, obviously, in the league. And Pastrnak. Gaudreau's had his ups and downs. He's looking pretty good. And then Horvat out this way in BC. Horvat's always super, super popular for us. So, again, keep on the lookout for 14-15. You can't go wrong with that Series 1 and Series 2. And there's a lot of other rookies I'm not even covering in there. Just those guys are in there as well. But next, the year after that turns out to be a real big monster, 15-16. Here's a Beckett 10 Jack Eichel rookie. He was the number 2 draft pick, Jack Eichel. So there's a Beckett 10 Jack Eichel rookie card. He was the number 1 card to get out of the Series 2 set. Obviously, you guys know Connor McDavid was Series 1. The impact and the boxes and the demand in 15-16, it was much like we're anticipating tomorrow for Series 1. The pre-orders have been crazy, just like they were in 15-16. And there's a lot of people going to be looking for Lafreniere, just like they were McDavid. So Eichel's picked it up a lot. Good-looking card to buy. I mean, again, you're probably going to regret it if you don't pick it up now. Here's a PSA 10 Connor McDavid to show you guys. That's his young gun. You guys have probably all seen that one over and over. It's a pretty famous card. I always laugh at the girl in the background checking her phone. If she would have known that she was going to be in the background of that many photos, she probably would have been smiling and adjusting her makeup. But PSA 10, Connor McDavid. The cards are just going to keep going up and up. I don't know how many people will, I'll buy it when it comes down. I'll buy it when it comes down. The Connor's not coming down unless something bad really happens. Just, buy it when you find it, when you can afford it. Put it away. You're not going to be upset you added it to your collection. That's a PSA 10 of that. I've also got the Beckett 10. Here's a Beckett 10 of his canvas, Young Guns canvas. An interesting note on the canvas cards is they're much harder to hit. You get about 3 to 4 of the Young Guns canvases per case. Much harder to hit, but they don't have the same value as the Young Guns. So I think someday down the road, we will see the Young Guns canvas cards really spike in value, and there's going to be the demand there. Or more so than what we're seeing now. So again, if you got some extra money or collectibles, or you got some of those canvases in your collection, just tuck them away. They grade a lot easier though, keep in mind. So when you're seeing 9.5s and 10s of those, they do grade a lot easier because of the quality of the card compared to the regular card. So you do see high grades a lot more, and that could be what deters collectors a little bit. They like that hard to find. Jumping to 16-17. 16-17 was a pretty good year. We've got Patrick Laine. Sorry, waiting for that to pop up there. Patrick Laine turned out pretty good for the Jets. Thatcher Demko this year for the Canucks and the playoff run. Again, this is why you never get rid of cards. I mean, these cards were sitting in our $5 box here for years. And then all of a sudden he gets hot in the playoff run. It turns into a $40 to $50 card overnight. That's what happened to me with Jordan Binnington. I got rid of all of mine, and then lo and behold, he turns into a superstar. Matthew Barzal's in there. Don't forget Marner's in this set as well. Here's a 9.5 Austin Matthews. So there's a 9.5 Austin Matthews Young Guns. So what you're really finding is they don't miss with the Young Guns too often. If you can only afford one set or to collect a set with your son or your family, I often or always recommend Series 1 or Series 2. It keeps you going for the first little bit of the year. Then when Series 2 comes out, you've got a whole new reload on Series 2 again. 17-18, unfortunately, kind of a bust year. Brock Besser turned out to be the Rookie of the Year. He was with the Rockets. This guy might pan out someday. I don't know. Nico Hischier, super disappointed on his card. Quite a few people are. You can buy his stuff really, really cheap right now. Might be worth the value or the hold. Jack Eichel was like that, the same. You could buy Jack Eichels for $30, and now they're $80 or $90. So it might be the same with Hischier. I'm holding a lot of them. Not sure on Nolan Patrick. He could be the bust out of that year. But again, I'm sorry if you're Nolan Patrick fans, but he's just not living up to his draft status. And here's a Kailer Yamamoto. Here's a buyback auto. Just to show you, that's numbered out of 56. It's another buyback autograph. I really like the buyback autographs because they're the Young Gun rookie. Then they've been signed, numbered, and they've got the certificate of authenticity with them from Upper Deck. Makes them a pretty neat keepsake. I actually forgot to dig out for this. I do have the Connor McDavid out 25. That would have been a good one to show you. Remembering some of the cards as we're here. 18-19. 18-19 looks pretty good. Carter Hart, Upper Deck Young Gun. Again, this guy, he could be the goalie of the future for all of the Olympics and Team Canada. I wouldn't sleep too long on Carter Hart stuff. It's still relatively cheap. Lots of people don't have him in their collection. They just missed by or thought he was too expensive when he came out. Svechnikov, unfortunately, plays with Carolina, but this guy is an absolute beast. Looks good. He sells quite well on the market, even in Carolina. I can't imagine what he would do if he was to hit, a decent team. And of course, this guy sells really well for us. Elias Pettersson. There's a 9.5 Pettersson Young Gun. That's a graded one. We sold tons and tons and tons of those. We actually even own a jumbo Pettersson that we had a lot of fun with around here. So there's a lot of kids that have got their pictures around here with that Pettersson Young Gun. It was pretty popular back in the day, and he's still highly sought after and asked for. 1920. So let's go into 1920. So 1920, this year, there's a lot of people going, I don't want to buy the rookies. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for Lafreniere. This might be a year that we're regretting and a lot of people slept on. There could be some really absolute steals in these Young Guns right now. The prices are still cheap. If you have the money, if you have the ability to trade for them, or if you still got in your collection, I think they're a really good one to hold. Capo Caco, obviously, this guy was the number 2 draft pick. Just waiting for that to pop up there. Number 2 draft pick overall. He's going to be playing with Lafreniere this year. His stuff, I know he's not highly collected in the market right now because he doesn't have autograph cards. He doesn't have a contract with Upper Deck. That really hurts his value. But someday, who knows, maybe they'll get it and his cards will skyrocket and he'll start signing autographs again. Kirby Dach, 3rd overall draft pick. This guy's a beast. If apparently he's going to be playing in the World Juniors this January before the NHL kicks up. So if you really want to see impact on a card when these NHLers go and play at a junior level, he's going to really kill it there. Kirby Dach stuff is going to go through the roof in January. So definitely don't be selling it or dumping it right now. Cale Makar, what can you say about this guy? He won Rookie of the Year, going to be a defenseman in the league or top defenseman in the league for years and years. Obviously a strong Norris Trophy candidate probably for years to come. And again, with McKinnon and those guys, he could have a chance at winning the cup for sure. Quinn Hughes came in 2nd overall for voting for Rookie of the Year. I'm sure Vancouver fans and BC fans are not as happy about that, but it was a really, it was a coin toss probably between Makar and Hughes. Quinn might be the better brother. I don't know. Number 1 overall in that year was Jack. Again, maybe it's just New Jersey. I don't know. This card really, really didn't live up to its potential. It started really high in that 125, 130 range and quickly came down to a $30, $40 card. I've been sitting on a ton of these. I pick them up wherever I can at that price. I just can't give up on a number 1 draft pick like that, especially when they've actually got some good players there. So if you haven't added a Jack Hughes Young Gun to your collection, I recommend it. Igor Shesterkin. He was in the update, so Upper Deck also does an update. They're in the SP Authentic, so there is usually 10 or 15 Young Guns that appear at the end of the set. So if you're wondering every year, if you're looking at Beckett and you're wondering why you only have, the first series and second series, and you're missing cards, that's why. There's an update set that they put out in SP Authentic every year. But he's a really solid with the goalie is the goalie of the future probably for the Rangers is what I'm trying to say. Lundqvist is gone out of there now. He's going to be the guy. This is an interesting Young Gun. I show this in just because this shows you how highly sought after Young Guns are. David Airy. He's a Zamboni driver, and this card's collectible. Everybody wants to buy it. So it's one of those cards. He is a one-hit wonder. He got called up. Zamboni played in relief, and they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. So you won't see many Toronto Maple Leaf fans want this card, but it is highly sought after, and a lot of people want to add this to their collection. Not often do you get demand on a card that a guy only played one game and people are still wanting and remember. I'm going to show you these last two. So Nick Suzuki, there's a regular rookie card, a regular Young Guns card. Again, I've been trying to hoard these and hold these. I think he's the guy of the future there for the Habs. The Habs always sell well. If you got these in your collection, it doesn't hurt to hold. And if you want something a little better, we've got this as the clear-cut version. These clear-cut versions come in the Upper Deck. You usually get about one Young Gun clear-cut per case. This happens to be a Beckett 10, but the clear-cut version, whoops, as it falls off there, clear-cut versions come about one per case for the Young Guns, really, and they've really become, I guess the last 2 or 3 years, they've been really sought after. So that brings you to everything I've got in hand right now. I think Katie's going to throw the picture of the Lafreniere Young Gun up. It's up right now. That's the card we're going to be looking for tomorrow. Obviously, there's some other rookies in the set, but he's the guy we're going to be looking for. Hopefully, you get your boxes and packs and rip through it. We're going to rip, I don't know how much of it tomorrow. Everybody's going to be picking up their cases, and I'm sure I'm going to be getting texts all day of people happy with it. We'll be posting it on our YouTube and Facebook. We've got breaks tomorrow night on the website. But thanks for joining us. I know it's not a normal episode of Flex. Hopefully you learned a thing or two about the Upper Deck Young Guns. And you'll see us next week. I think we've got a special episode on game used memorabilia. So thanks and have a good night. Have fun ripping.